The drawing software for the exam looks slightly different than the typical mastering software that you will see. This is the drawing, this window shows how the drawing software looks when we are trying to draw Lewis structures. For example, if you wanted to draw, the Lewis structure of diethyl ether, from the condensed structure, then to draw with this software, you would select the atom of interest and choose and insert it into the window. So it automatically, when you start, is highlighted with carbon. If you put carbon in, then you can add bonds to carbon. Notice that when I add a bond, it automatically adds a bond of the atom at the bottom that is highlighted. So if that is not the atom you desire, then you first select the atom you desire and then add the bond. You can either click on the atom to add the bond, and it will add a bond in any direction, or you can depress your click and drag and then release to put the bond in a specific direction that you desire. So I am going to click and drag to make the hydrogen go out to the left. I'm going to click and drag to make a hydrogen go up, and click and drag to make a hydrogen go down. Then the next bond is to an oxygen, and I have to click and drag to add the oxygen. From the oxygen, we're bonded to another carbon, so I'm going to switch the atoms to carbon and then click and drag to add the carbon. Then I will add the hydrogens to the carbon. But our Lewis structure is not finished yet. Because they specifically requested a Lewis structure, we have to make sure that any electron pairs which exist on any of the atoms are drawn in. If you look at the bottom left-hand menu of the drawing software here, we have an unpaired electron and a paired electron. I'm going to select the paired electrons and click on the oxygen and add 2 pairs of electrons to the oxygen. At this point, I have finished drawing my desired dimethyl ether. If I were to draw a diethyl ether, I could erase the hydrogens on the ends, add bonds to carbon, then add the bonds to hydrogen. And then I would have a diethyl ether. Okay, so that's generally how this software is used. We can select other atoms other than the ones in the bottom menu. If you click more, you can see the entire periodic table and choose any atom within the periodic table. In the side menu at the top left, we have a single bond, a double bond, and a triple bond, the solid wedge, and the dash wedge, which are forms of single bonds which indicate spatial arrangement. The square at the top menu in the very corner is the select button. If you click and drag across the molecule, it will select the whole molecule, and then you can move it. Next to the select button is the erase button. Then we have zooms, zoom fit, zoom minus. These are the undo and redo buttons, the copy answer buttons, and launch tips tour. So this tour can give you more information about how to use this software. I've made this video because you'll be using this particular software on the exam for mastering.